I'm recording.
I am recording. I am now recording.
I am recording. I am now recording. Recording.
Recording.
All right.
All this.
Yeah, I'm going to try and sync that up.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Lay down, let me lay hands upon you.
Babe, it's a bit awkward right now. Everyone's watching.
Shut up and take the wound. Okay?
You cover yourself in Drake dung.
I can walk amongst the jungle things now.
Oh, thank God. An earth elemental has attacked my farm.
We're going to need a couple of buckets of water.
This is the episode, guys. This is the episode.
Don't throw those bloody spears at me.
No.
You got problems with a sickness or a plague around these parts?
The adventure continues now.
We're rolling, you buttes.
James,
Drum, can I ask?
Monkey. Yeah, go on.
I just need a pair of tiny cymbals.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
Why is your Zoom name Shania Shame?
I don't know, because it sounds like Shania Rain, but, you know, it's different, and I thought you might ask me about it.
I said, Shania Shame, your new sort of daytime TV program where people come on and, you shame like cowboy builders and stuff. And
so you think that it is okay to have slept with her when you knew that she was having your baby? No, shame! And the whole audience goes like, yeah,
Shame.
Start ringing a bell. Start ringing a bell. Shame.
And he just stands there with a bad look on her face like, yeah, that's right.
I thought it was more like one of those novels that you get, like kind of, you know, romantic kind of titillating novels.
Shania's Shame.
Yeah.
Shania's Shame.
She was a spiky drow princess.
Yeah.
He was the pool cleaning
Horrocks. The pool cleaning Horrocks. Yeah. She lives in a big old mansion, and then she like drops a tissue. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my shawl upon the ground. Excuse me, Caragor's a pool boy. Put your feet up for me.
He's a strapping farm boy that is so ripped and cares about animals, but has never experienced true love.
and he's willing to pick up Shania's old tissue. I mean, my tissue. No, I've dropped my.
She knows this love is forbidden, and that it will never go anywhere.
For you.
And that her drow husband will return from overseas one day, but for now, it's divine.
Shania Shame.
Shania Shame.
Also sounds like a perfume.
We'd be lying if we said we didn't think the podcast was going that way anyway. Shania Shame will be coming up at some point around episode 150, I think. Until then, hello everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
If you would like us to all take part in recording the very small novella audiobook of Shania Shame, then let us know. We can make it a Patreon goal.
Yes.
We should totally, we should improvise. Everyone improvises a chapter.
100%.
I think Ross was on something there as well. He mentioned perfume.
Yeah,
I was like,
it sounds like a
perfume.
Shania Shame.
Shania Shame.
We could do
James, you've got the voice for it at the moment, actually. You've got the voice.
I do. Poor femme. Or anyone.
Poor little angry monkey.
or non-genders, or whatever, really.
Ross, actually, you'd be on your way to making perfume, because some of the ways that perfume's made involves glands from inside of animals' bits, isn't it? That's how some perfumes are made.
Whoa.
I wouldn't want to have the perfume made of the glands that came from a drake's bottom. I mean, I don't know what you call that.
James, I hate to tell you might have already been using aftershave in your life that has been touched by glands from an animal's bottom.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, it depends on it. I don't think they would have poison glands up their bottom, unless it bit you with its bottom, which, that would be an interesting attack. Dan, can drakes bite with their bottoms?
You know what? I'm seeing Jason Ballman on Monday for this charity game, so I'll ask him about the poison glands in a drake's bottom.
You can reference the film Teeth and say, is it a thing? Should drakes get anus teeth?
Anus teeth.
And would that be a good thing? Poisonous anus teeth.
Poisonous Anus Teeth would be a punk band. I'm sure
Oh my god! I've got a buddy who writes those romance novels.
Really?
Has done a few because they're unbelievably easy to write, and all you need to do is like get some stock images off a website where you can just buy images and that, put it together, slap it on, stick it on Amazon, and like there are an infinite number of people, usually in the Midwest of America, usually housewives, who will purchase those books at a ravenous
Weirdly,
rate.
Holly reads a lot of that kind of stuff. It's not necessarily the sort of romancy stuff, the mystery stuff. She loves a cozy mystery, which is usually dealt with by old ladies. Like a gang of old ladies sort out a mystery. And there's like 20, 30, 40 books in the in the series. Like there's just loads of it. It's unbelievable.
When I used to work in the libraries, like that was one of the most popular sections, and there's hundreds and hundreds of books. Like people just love them, and I think they're such an easy read as well. You can whiz through them in a couple of days, like probably in an afternoon, so you can go back and get more. Like people used to come up with like stacks of them and then bring them back every couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think Drum really sort of summed it up when he said cozy.
Yeah,
it's one of those books you just curl up in a chair and you just read a very non-threatening tale about a bunch of old ladies solving a murder.
You know what's going to happen
again.
Yeah, you kind of the ending is not going to be surprising or anything.
We used to. I mean the gang of old ladies solving mysteries. There's a lot of people who say that that's how D&D came about. The first D&D adventuring party was based on the Golden Girls.
Amazing.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious about that?
A lot of people say this. Yeah, a lot of people talk about Gygax and the original. Like, I think jokingly he might have referenced something and been like, "Yeah, the Golden Girls will make a good adventuring party." And people are like, "That's it." There's a ton of memes based on the subject.
There's a delightful role playing game called Brindlewood Bay, which is where you all play a group of old ladies from the local mystery club trying to solve mysteries in their hometown.
Oh my god! Right,
we have to do this.
Holly's birthday is.
We
sorted.
have to do this.
Yeah. I'll pass you the details for it.
Yeah,
that'd be terrific.
And if anything has disproved those, it's been like Netflix output in the last year. Because every true crime show on Netflix is just like, what if some local people decided to try and come up with a solution to what this crime was? Oh, they made everything tremendously worse, and now some people are dead and someone's in hiding. Like every one of those true crimes is just like, how did this murder happen? It's such a mystery. Here's what the internet thought. They persecuted some people. Turns out they just killed themselves. Oh, no one knows.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the adventuring party turned up, tried to solve the problem, and made it worse. Like every single adventuring party, not also including the Danger Club.
And also, it's the suspension of disbelief, because I think she's come up before, but like obviously, Lansbury and Murder, She Wrote. She would be investigated by the FBI.
Oh my God,
wherever she went, people died. And it's like, it's you. You're the only linking factor between all of these random murders. No, I just happened to be there. And then people died. You're like,
and then I solved it.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and then I solved it and moved on. She's never in the same place twice. She's a Murder, She Wrote, and then buggered off.
I mean, you say that. She lives in Cabot Cove. She solves a lot of the murders in Cabot Cove itself. At heart, she's a home girl. You know what I mean? So, I know she went off to New York and did a bunch of stuff. You guys haven't watched as much. Okay, that's okay.
No.
Don't worry. Just going to pretend I never said any of that. But
when she innocently went off to New York, was there a spate of murders?
Yeah, weird. But
Yeah,
Weird, isn't that right?
and all the murders in Cabot Cove suddenly stopped happening.
Yeah,
She's a cleric for the god of murder. She's the avatar of destruction wherever she goes. She wreaks his bloody vengeance and does his will.
I love this idea.
Speaking of people who leave a trail of bodies in their wake, but ultimately are really just a cozy bunch of homegirls, the Danger Club have arrived in Kibwe.
Kibwe.
Good segue to Kibwe there. Well done.
There we go.
Nice.
Segue to Kibwe.
Yeah, Kibwe, segue, Kibwe.
Kibwe.
Either way. All right.
Either way.
We got so close to it.
Such a song waiting to happen. I'm so sorry. But yeah. I'm on a Segway to Kibwe. Any other way?
I dreamt
On a
this.
segue.
I dreamt this exact moment, man.
Us singing about Kibwe?
I'm getting like super deja vu that there was this. Dan tried to segue into something, and then I went, "Oh, good segue to Kibwe," and then there was a song, and we never really started the episode.
Drum, is there a black cat around your? Because if so, then we have to now watch out for agents.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Dan. Didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
That's fine, Drum. You're not dreaming that you may have experienced me trying to start an episode and us getting distracted before. That's not deja vu.
That's every episode.
That's the Danger Club podcast.
Yeah.
My notes for last week's episode were, so they were literally just one line. They walked to Kibwe, and of course I should have known that there would have been a battle with a stinky, dirty protest Folton elemental before we had that. Congratulations, Ross, on a very Folton moment.
Yep, keeping it highbrow.
Keeping it highbrow, yep, yeah, absolutely.
The worst thing is, you weren't actually attacked by drakes on your way through, so you have no way of knowing whether or not Folton's plan actually worked.
Oh,
it's true. Yeah, jungles.
Well, that's what Bear. Have you never seen Bear Grylls? He says that in his shows. Cover yourself in shit, and you'll be all right. So yeah, try it
for everything, just for everything. In general.
Hungry?
I mean, Bear Grylls also, I think, went to Eton. So there is that. I think. What if he learnt it there?
Bear Grylls has also been caught out on set in the jungle eating blueberry muffins and staying over at a hotel. So
yeah, but he's covered in shit while he does it.
Obviously, just walking in there.
Blueberries, right?
How do you think I got the muffins, guys? Because I'm covered in shit.
They didn't see me. Please, sir, you need to leave the lobby.
But I'm finishing my blueberry muffin.
I found a drake. It's right here. And now I'm going to shove my hand up his arse and then cover it in shit. Myself, I mean. That's what you do when you're stuck in the jungle.
Why is Gordon Ramsay now covered in himself and shit?
Quick, chef, the dessert's going to be out. I'm going to put my hand up this drake's arse and get dessert, big boy.
Unbelievable. How does it feel to finally set foot in Kibwe for everyone? Because this is, trying to think in terms of time, this is probably it's probably about the longest time that the Danger Club have been out of this far from civilization. You had a lot of time on the boat with Gumbo, but you were kind of stopping off in towns and things as you went through that. But you've been, since leaving Quantium, you have walked through the desert for about 2 weeks. Then you hiked through the mountains. Then you've hiked through jungle. You've been sweated, you've been bitten, you've been attacked. Folton has covered himself in all manner of things. Folton has both shed layers and gained layers over this journey. And finally, you're setting foot in actual civilization again.
I think that my advice to any party wanting to make the same journey would be take a boat. That'd probably be the one.
Yeah.
That desert, the jungle, just
take a boat,
boat it. Just take a boat, yeah.
I'm excited for the foreboding of the disease thing that's going around we were told at the beginning. So I'm sure that's not going to creep up at all.
Oh, no, that's nothing to do with anything.
And also, you are Folton is the most hygienic person we know. Smearing himself liberally with any sort of.
I mean, and those layers that came on and off, none of them were character shit. That's the most important thing. It was all actual shit.
It was just Drake shit. Character shit.
No character shit.
All Drake shit.
Imagine Folton's still badly sunburned because we haven't really had that long since you cooked yourself in the desert.
Yeah.
He probably looks terrible.
He probably foreboding doesn't matter if you forebode it or not. If as we get presented with the disease, Folton will approach it with his mouth fully open, ingesting the thing straight away at first glance. It doesn't matter what we or anybody else does. But the journey here is, I think Caragor's been kind of enjoying it. Trekking, camping, that kind of stuff, wilderness, all fresh air, that kind of shit. Caragor's been liking it. It's been hard, but I think it's been fun.
It's been a weird journey. We've come across weird plants that wanted us to eat them, and
we definitely glamped a bit as well.
We had a 70s disco party,
a cabin that we could put up anywhere we wanted. I mean, that is that middle class dream. Just poof, there you go. Yeah. Luxury cabin.
We're going to find Borash and kill him, right? Yeah. That's our plan.
He's a dead nut.
It's true. I do wonder what happened to that caravan.
Yeah,
because it just disappeared.
We'll hopefully find out. But I think we need a rest first,
the quest, hasn't it?
Yeah, let's have a rest and a wash.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Yeah, the shard has been put aside. It's now kill Borash.
Yeah. No, the shards are second.
Oh, yeah, the shard. Yeah. God, I forgot about that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Kill the Borash.
Well, as maybe we transition from Caragor's world of the wilderness to Velda's world of potential comfort and city, we pick up with the Danger Club walking into Kibwe itself, and approaching a. It's called the Road's Gentle End. You can see some signs put up.
Sounds like a funeral home. Like, who named a tavern that way? The Road's Gentle End.
I like the sound of it. Okay, it sounds like a cozy novel to me, and that is what I would like right now. Okay, so
what do you mean, it's like a cozy novel about a group of old octogenarians solving some sort of ridiculous murder?
Exactly that. Yeah. Oh. Okay, and non-threatening and cozy. Okay.
But I'll be keeping a close eye on their ovens, and if they're too big, I tell you what, we're staying somewhere else, because this place, I don't know.
Is it just full of old people? Is this it's just going to be loads of old people in there?
It's a retirement home in Kibwe. We serve cabbage, and you can sit here and just watch this one minstrel do the same thing again and again.
Do you serve
greasy cabbage, obviously?
Do you serve any greasy lettuce?
Greasy lettuce.
Got some greasy lettuce.
Caragor's scowling a little bit at what Velda says and has a think to himself and tries to remember if he's ever fought something called an octogenarian. Looks at his little list of monsters that he's fought.
Don't believe you have. It's it's a squid with 8 old people.
Then I put it on the list next to vending machine.
Dan, you said, I think you briefly said at the end of the last episode, but could you just describe the sort of like buildings? Did you say they were like half mud? Did you say?
I can, yes. So there's a lot of mud brick buildings in this part of the city, but when I say mud brick, they're not like little mud shacks. Like this is kind of really huge structures. A lot of them, a lot of really big buildings. The difference is you can't see sort of lines in them where the bricks intersect. So it's very sort of smooth walls. The Road's Gentle End is interesting because it kind of rises up on a small hill from the rest of the city with people moving around it, and it is built in the Talden style, so it's built in a very kind of northern style. Kind of imagine a kind of, I guess, I don't want to say colonial fashion, but it is that kind of fashion, it's that kind of sloping roofs and pillars and things painted white, some of the white flaking off from the heat. The city is busy now you're in there. There are a lot of people, and you're immediately struck by the diversity of the people that are here. There are a lot of humans, but you also see quite a few elves moving around. Most of them have white painted markings on their faces, and their hair is dreadlocked back. There are also other non-humans. You see a real selection of different people move around. In fact, Folton, as you're kind of stepping forward, you bump into a large creature, and a 12-foot tall giant turns round and just and looks down at you, and just goes, "Oh, hey there, little man.
Hello.
Where are you going?"
I was just going to the retirement home down the end of the way there, or whatever it's called.
Oh.
What's your name?
Ooh. My name is Jiri.
Jiri?
Jiri.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
he puts up his hand.
You are so small. He kind of pats you on your head.
Hey.
He goes. He turns to the other giant and he goes, "Butter, look at the little baby." And just kind of pats it. The other giant comes over and goes, "It is not a baby, Jiri. It is a dwarf. Why do you always do this? Not all small things are babies."
Oh no, he is a baby. He's definitely a baby.
Yeah.
Hey. Would you like to be my mum?
The dwarf, the giant claps its hands and says, "Yes." He picks Folton up.
All right. See you later, Danger Club.
"Please, may I keep it?"
See ya. This is where we part ways. Bye.
They're all letting this happen.
Yes. He'll be back.
Yeah, you know where we're staying. Enjoy your adventure. Bye, Folton.
You know what? He left us a while ago to go after a brother. Now he's left us now to go after a mum. I think Fulton's got some deep-seated family issues.
Yeah. Only just worked that out. Good God. Yes, don't listen to anything he says. And when you're done with him, just pop him back at the retirement home on the hill.
He's a bit smelly.
If you ever need to get rid of him, just mention a SPIDER in his bed.
Yes. And yes, you do need to change him.
The giant gives Folton a sniff and goes, "Ooh, someone's done a stinky." we're going to have to change you. The other giant is like, seriously? Are we doing this? This is so embarrassing. Are we?
Hey, we're gonna play this out all the way, Mister.
So away.
Yep.
Shania sighs and walks into the inn with her two monkeys and Jam Jam.
Yes. Velda follows, muttering about like, why would you put a retirement home on a hill? I mean, there's accessibility problems. And
Caragor follows by muttering, Velda, did you notice that? Shania's just taken Jam Jam from you. Isn't Jam Jam... I thought Jam Jam was your charge. I thought you were
No, there was this brief moment where Jam Jam sort of attached himself to me, and then he decided against it. He's now with Shania. I don't really mind. I've already got Jin, and that's quite enough.
I think, it's something about the you and Jam Jam dynamic works a little bit better.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not really fussed. I'm still a bit confused about why he's here. I could forget about him, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I. Weird that.
Strange.
Strange.
It's strange.
Who's coming,
Shania
Bubba?
now has a full adventuring party.
Yeah. Right. Of lost things. Things vying for her attention and failing most of the time.
Let's name the monkey. Let's name the monkey that Philippe's got.
Oh, is the monkey still here?
The monkey is on Philippe's shoulder. We're inside.
Oh.
Have you guys come inside? You've come inside?
We could call him
Have you followed
Flop.
us? Yeah?
Let's name him after
Let's
the
name him
nice
Flop.
farmer we met.
Yeah. Of what?
Ollie.
Oh, well, I mean, we could do that. I was going to call him Philip.
No, Philippe.
No.
I
I've
think
already got
Flop.
Philippe. So I was going to call him
Flop.
Philip. Yeah. Not a good name?
Philippe
Wait,
and
hang on.
Philip.
I don't think it would be confusing.
Philop.
Yes, Philippe and Flop.
Yep, that's the one. That's the
All
name.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Good. Philippe and Philop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. This is good. Okay. Jam Jam. This is Philop.
I was just like, come on, guys.
Philippe and Philip.
Philippe
Okay,
Flop.
Philippe. This Philop is now you are in charge. Okay. Okay. It's your responsibility. Okay. Anything happens to Philop, I will be so angry with you. Okay. Nothing bad is to happen to him. Okay, Philop.
I honestly didn't
you
think
look after Jam Jam.
Philop.
Okay. Look after Jam Jam. Jam Jam. You look after Philippe. Okay. And that's how it goes. I will fuck off and do stuff. Okay?
I like the way I didn't realise I derived so much pleasure at hearing Shania say flop. It's wonderful. But also I like the way she's already assigned them all to look after each other, so she doesn't have to do anything in their upkeep. It's remarkable. It's marvellous.
They're their own people, I do not want to get in the way. But of course, if I need them, then they will come running. Isn't that right, boys? And they all nod.
Do they not? I'm not sure. That's your call to make.
Philop nods. Philippe is looking at Philop like Garfield looks at Nermal. And Jam Jam is just kind of sitting there in his robes, just saying, I would use my magical powers to support us. I am an oracle now. My curse is putting up with your bullshit.
Dan, did you say it was a black capuchin? The sort of little capuchin monkey?
Yes.
Did you? We used to have one of those growing up.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
Now,
serious?
this isn't nearly as bad as you think. So my dad used to run a garden shop, his own garden shop. And for a while he thought he'd branch off into pets. And we're talking about like decades ago, this was in the 60s when you could do things like this. But he bought one of those black capuchins to sell. And he had a gammy leg. He was sort of lame. And so Dad just sort of kept him, built him this wonderful big sort of cage. And he used to be in the shop. And then when he closed the shop, he brought him back home. And Dad built a massive cage in the garden for him.
Nice.
And he lived. They're only supposed to live about 12 years or something like that. And Joe was 26 when he died.
Wow.
So he was a very well looked after little monkey. And he was, we used to have a monkey.
Did he have a little nappy? Or not?
No, he didn't have a little nappy. Although he did, one of Dad's old army jumpers used to put him inside the heated bit where he slept. And Joe used to crawl into the bottom and put his head out. His tiny monkey put his head out the top where the neck is and just sort of sleep all sort of curled up. He used to hold your finger and stuff like that.
So, Drum, no pressure. If anything happens to this Capuchin monkey now, then you will destroy James's youth. Okay?
Yeah, this is now going to be a trigger for you, isn't it? Fuck. Okay, all right. No worries.
Right.
No worries.
God.
That's a lovely little story.
It is. Thanks,
Yeah,
James.
Lovely
bless
story,
him.
I like that.
He did, and no one.
So
No one else
how
wanted
long
him.
did your monkey live till, James?
Till 26.
26.
26. And what's the average life expectancy normally of a capuchin?
11.
I think it's about
11.
14 years.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
about the same as a dog
11.
sort of thing.
About the same as a dog. Okay, good luck, Philop.
It's 14 years normally, but it's 3 rounds of combat with Folton.
Yeah, exactly. It's about 2 days adventuring. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you arrive in the road's gentle end. It is a large complex. You can see there are some stables set out. There are a couple of bunkhouses within the walls of it as well. And you're able to look out and see a lot of the city from where you are. It stretches away. It's a big city. There's a lot of, not a lot of very tall buildings, but a lot of smaller buildings. And you can see the different neighborhoods look kind of quite distinct. In the middle of the city, you can see everything is very colourful. It seems to be all covered in lots of blankets and hides and things like that. It seems to be a large sort of covered semi-permanent area. Over to other sides, you can see a very well tended area that seems to be mostly kind of wooden huts, mostly on stilts to keep them out of the rain. And then over to your right, if you look over to the kind of the eastern side of the city, it's a lot more permanent buildings, a lot more stone buildings, and you can see one neighbourhood where there are a lot of brass piping moving around it that looks quite new. And beyond that, there are lots more houses stretching away. So this is a big town, and notably around it you can see in different places, you can see these statues on pillars that you noticed when you arrived. They seem to be dotted around the city. There are quite a few of them all around. You can see them rising up above the roofs. So you head into the road's gentle end, and a couple of moments later, Folton rejoined you, wearing a nappy over the rest of his armour. The giants finally, the parental giant was finally talked out of it by its incredibly embarrassed companion, but not before it managed to get a nappy on you, and they let you run free. Jiri calling after, "I'll never forget you, baby."
Hey, see you later, mama. Did I get washed by her at least?
No, it was a terrible parent.
Have you messed your nappy already?
Not yet, no.
So Shania goes up to the front desk or whatever they have there.
It's a bar, really.
Bar,
so
right.
there's lots of people sat around.
It's literally
I ring the tiny bell.
Sorry, it's because he said like colonial with like columns and stuff. I immediately thought, it's like a hotel. No,
concierge.
All right, but it's someone from
It's
the
Charles
band.
Dickens having a gin and tonic. And,
Anyway, yeah. So she goes up and says, hello. Who is in charge of the rooms here?
There is a Mwangi man stood behind the bar. He is he's talking to a couple of other customers, which he sort of finishes serving them some food, and then sees you calling over, and then he kind of looks at you all, and then he turns and goes back and starts sorting through some papers and starts tidying up some things.
So he has not come over here.
No, he looks at, like, he definitely looks at you as you call to him, and then he just turns his back on you and carries on doing something else.
Right. Shania walks over to where he's doing the stuff. Hello, excuse me. We are looking for rooms.
He turns around and just looks you up and down for a moment and goes, "We're full," and then goes back to turns his back on you again and goes back to his work.
Really, we were told that some of the best rooms in the town is gold no good here.
He looks at you, he turns, thinks for a moment, and says, "No rooms for the likes of you." And
For the likes of what? The likes of me?
And he says, "Our rooms are for humans."
Why? Why are your rooms for humans?
He says, "The rooms for non-humans are full. You will have to stay somewhere else. Stay outside of the city."
What?
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, are you telling me that I cannot stay in the same room as a human? Are you saying this now?
there is a figure kind of approaches along from the bar, and you see a Taldan gentleman dressed in linens. He's got a white beard and a kind of droopy white moustache. He's an older man, like in his 60s, heavily suntanned with a broad hat on. He's like, he just says, Addis, I will tell Shem about this. You have got rooms. You try this again. I won't bless your wine. You understand? That's what I'm here for.
For a hot second there, I thought Ed Johnson had just taken over bar in Kibwe.
Sounds nothing like Ed Johnson. What are you talking about?
Kibwe.
The man looks for a moment and then bites his lip and then nods. He says, "Rooms are a gold piece a night. Food is included."
I would like a large room, please, with 2 beds, okay, and maybe a cot, okay?
He nods and then goes and gets the ledger and starts filling out what you need. The man who came over to join you just kind of shrugs and says, "Don't mind him. He's one of Batsulan's people. They're all a bit riled up at the moment."
Why? What does this mean?
Of course, Batsulan. He's this cleric, preacher. He's been preaching about non-humans in Kibwe. Says that they are causing. Says that they've brought problems with them into the town. Says that the sickness that some people have been experiencing has been brought in by non-humans. Don't understand it myself.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it sounds a bit stupid, to be honest.
Oh, you find the same sort of nonsense in many cities across the world, don't worry.
Do ya?
Yes. Short-sightedness.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest, I mean, people coming into cities from abroad, does increase the risk of illness, of course, but it's no excuse for that sort of behaviour.
Absolutely.
No, not at all.
He'd be thrown out on his ear if Shem finds out about it, I can tell you that.
Who's
Shem the owner?
Who is?
Shem owns the place.
Yeah. Good old Shem.
And you are?
Major Ruffles, Wendell Ruffles, Taldan Expeditionary Army. Good to meet you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. What are you saying about your blessed divine? What is this?
I'm a priest. I'm retired from the army, of course. Far too old to be doing that kind of thing. Traipsing all over the world, getting into wars that you don't want to get into. No, I joined the priesthood. I'm a priest of Caden Kalian.
Is it... Caden Kalian?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're not, are you?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, well. We
I'm
must
all about that, Caden Kalian.
Oh, well, we must drink together.
Yeah, let's do that.
Here, let me get you some of the good stuff. He leans over
good stuff.
the bar and
you see you lot. I'm gonna sort you out. Sorry, mate.
The Addis, the person who wouldn't serve you, kind of motions forward, and then you see another woman, a Mwangi woman, come down and just kind of look at what's going on. Major Ruffles kind of calls up. He goes, "Shem, I'm getting some of the good stuff. It's for blessing." She kind of rolls her eyes and says to Ollie, "Welcome to the world's gentle end. The road's gentle end, not the world's gentle end. That's terrifying."
That's the level 20 pub, isn't it? The world's gentle end.
That's the crematorium around the corner.
Part of the Cornetto trilogy.
Nice to see you've made a clergy friend there, Bubba. You got something in common. Is he still in earshot, Major Ruffles?
Major Ruffles, yeah, he retrieves a bottle of wine from behind the thing and pours it out, and then counts out some coins and puts them on the counter and just kind of gives a thumbs up to Shem.
Excuse me, Mr. Major Ruffles, sir. Did you say the Taldori Expeditionary Army?
Yes, but a long time ago.
Did they come all the way out here then?
The Army of Exploration did, not during my time. It was hundreds of years ago that they came out here. Long time ago. Worst mistake Taldor ever made. They said it was they came out trying to explore the expanse, came through here, stopped off in Kibwe, never came back. All say that's predated the fall of Taldor, a lot of people say. The World Breaker, the big cannon they brought with them, still out there somewhere. Never came back from the jungle. Dastardly business. Trying to march an army in here, never going to achieve anything.
Oh, so there's no remnants of the Tal'Dorei Expeditionary Army kicking around now?
Oh, no, it wouldn't be. There's only old bones and old fossils like me, eh?
Big kind of world breaker. There's a world breaker just out in the jungle, is there?
Somewhere there. Demons probably got it, though.
Demons? In the jungle?
Demons in
a jungle. Demons in a jungle.
Dangerlings, we were all trying to get that in. We were just like, and Scott is all to it.
Oh, Major Ruffles does a little dance to it as well. A few of the other patrons join in. Shem comes and takes the book from Addis and sends him away, and comes over and joins you. So I hope that he wasn't causing you any problems.
No, he's all right.
Oh, you are
just
very welcome.
Just small problems. It's fine.
It's all sorted now, though, isn't it?
Do you have? I've requested a large room, so that there's room for me and my monkeys. 2 large beds and a cot, I think, is probably. Do you have this?
We have different qualities of rooms. If you want just the basic room, or if you want a larger room.
I will have a larger room, please. Thank you.
That is 30 gold pieces per week. We rent by the week here.
Okay, that's fine. I will take it.
Are we definitely going to be here for a week?
I don't know.
Well, we do have some business to conduct.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, we got loads to do. Yeah, cool.
I would like a large room as well, please.
Very well. So it's a large room. It's 30 gold. If anyone just wants the basic room, it's 1 gold a week.
I'll take a basic room.
Yeah, I'm not one for luxuries and things like that. I've been outside for a while, and as long as it's got a window, I can see outside, and it's a bit of room so I can do my morning stretches and squats, then I'll take a basic, please.
Actually, I looked at my gold pouch and
I was waiting for it, mate. Honestly, I was waiting for it. I was like, I've only got about 100 gold pieces. What's Ross talking about? But fine.
I realise I've only got 26 gold pieces on me, so I'll have the basic, please.
Finally, it has been 130 episodes, and finally it's come back to you.
Amazing.
I'll just have a basic. That's fine for me, mate. Long as I can sit down, play my old banjolalos, I'll be all right.
That covers your food. From a mechanical point of view, you don't literally hand over. I mean, cross it off now, but you don't literally hand over this just for the money. But this is how much it will cost you to subsist to that standard in the town for a week while you are here. So Shania will be living at a much higher one. So throughout this, your meals are basically covered while you're here for the next week. You'll be picking
for 1 gold piece.
Is there any difference in the quality of food for the basic or the large?
Oh yes, you get much better. You get much better food if you. Oh yes, the fine rooms are fully catered.
We said the food was included in all the rooms.
Well, food is included in all of the rooms, but.
Oh, I see. What do we get?
Get some gruel
through the menu.
I'm just worried now because it's like there's such a massive price difference. It's like, yes, there you go. There's a tiny bit of dry bread. Like, oh, good.
No, the food is of decent quality. It is not kind of poor, but yes, Shania will be eating better. For that is also the 30 also includes that like Shania is just spending more while she's out, which makes sense because she has 4 people with her, so she kind of needs to like supply them with stuff.
Yeah,
that's right.
So is there a meal like it's around dinner time now, isn't it? We should be around sort of like.
Is the meal? Right? Do we get a meal now?
Yes, we can bring you some food if you would like to have a seat.
What's on the menu today,
what's
boys?
What's a local delicacy?
What are we getting?
Today is we have a soup made with spices, tomatoes, and okra, and that is served with a cassava bread.
Cassava bread. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that beats the egg, tomato, and whiskey we had back in Kermark.
It really does.
I like the egg, tomato, and whiskey. It has sort of
whiskey, you know,
curious piquance.
Do you remember that place we stayed in? We had a roasted spider.
Do you remember in Quantium where they only exclusively refused to give us anything else apart from dried fruit on a constant basis?
Yeah, just dates and cranberries.
I'm still not regular as I used to be after that. Just gummed it up.
Liquid.
She nods and says, you only ate in the tourist restaurants in Quantium then, did you? I could have told you, never go anywhere with pictures of food on the menu. It's all dried fruit.
That's where we went wrong. Yeah.
As we get our soups with the cassava bread, and Shania probably gets like a massive feast or whatever, I just sort of shuffle up across the table to Shania and go, hey, well done.
What? Well done, yeah?
Yeah, that tender was quite mean to you and said some awful things, and I didn't see you go for your weapons once, and I know you got angry, but you didn't necessarily go to murder anyone. I believe you from what you said before when we were talking, and looks like you mean it, and that's impressive.
Thank you, Cargo. It's very nice of you. I did mean it. I was. I'm very serious about this leaf that I'm turning over. You know, trying to give out the less aggression. So you know,
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that, and I'm impressed by it, and I believe you, and you are inspiring to me. So, Caragor gets out his weapons, gets out the two kukri, gets out the rancior, and puts them all on the table and goes, so I'm gonna get rid of these.
What the fuck?
You've impressed me, and I believe in you, and you're right. I'm gonna exchange these for something completely different while we're in Kibwe. I'm gonna find a weaponsmith. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of new weapons that aren't designed primarily to kill people. I'll get some subduing weapons instead.
Whoa, are you serious about this?
Yeah, I've been practicing with that net as well on Folton, which is good of him because he gives me a nice little run around, nice little target. I'm going to use the net a bit more and get some different weapons. I mean, it'd be nice if they were magical, but I sincerely doubt anything would be magical.
You know, I'm not asking you to do this in any way.
If you were asking me to do it, I wouldn't do it, but I'm doing it to back you, and I think you're right. You know, we can cause a lot of death, and life sometimes is more important. And we ate a bunch of talking Gorans, and something clicked.
Yeah. Oh, this is most wonderful. You are always surprising me, Caragor. I'm very surprised. Okay.
And then Caragor leans forward and puts a massive elbow on the table and goes, besides, it's more like a warrior to be able to defeat your opponent without killing him. Killing's easy. It's cheap. All right, spilling blood and that, but defeating your enemy without killing them, just disabling them and then leaving them alive. That's more like a warrior. Aye.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe you come to the big room later, huh?
Oh, Philippe is immediately reaching across the table for one of the cookeries.
No. What? You've got claws. You're more lethal than me. I'm pretty sure you're higher up on the justifiable homicide tracker than I am.
Philippe looks down sadly, for he does not have a Patreon subscription and doesn't know his own stats for it. Philippe offers to share his Patreon subscription. Philippe declines angrily. So you have some food. You are shown to your room. Major Ruffle stays and has some food with you. The food is good. It's quite spicy and nutritious. The bread is very starchy and kind of when it arrives, it looks like a sort of a little lump of dough, and it just sort of tears, quite stretchy when it tears. But yeah, it's starchy and soaks up the soup really well, and you feel well fed for the first time in a while. Major Ruffles kind of says and just, yes, Folton.
Just before we go upstairs to look at the rooms, I go to the bar and I order one more drink from the guy. I can't remember his name. I go, can I have another drink, please?
Specifically going for Addis, the guy who wouldn't serve you before. Addis kind of looks at you and then looks over and sees Shem is still there and just goes, "What do you want?"
Ale, please.
Yeah, he turns and goes down to the, finds a barrel and comes back out and plonks an ale down on the counter in front of you.
I slide the gold piece towards him, and then I hurl the drink in his face, and I go, "You're a dickhead."
No.
He immediately he launches himself over the counter, and Shem just comes running and grabs him around the waist and just kind of pulls him back.
Thank you. Night night.
She goes,
Caragor gets up and goes, "Folton, what do you think you're doing?
He's a dick.
Not.
You got a drink, and you didn't even pay for it."
No, I did. I slid it across the thing.
Oh, did you?
Aye.
My bad. And then he looks back across at the tender and goes, "Doesn't seem to be anything else wrong here," and then sits back down with the Danger Club.
Shem just goes, having settled him and sent Addis to the back, eventually kind of comes over and says, "We are a peaceful establishment here. I trust we're not going to have any more problems like that."
No.
No.
There will be no more trouble with that.
And take our apologies. That was, it might have been necessary in some circumstances, but that must have been a bit annoying for you. That won't happen again.
And I will make sure that you are not treated rudely again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That would be welcome.
Most appreciated.
The Ruffles kind of shrugs and says, "It's a mixed bunch, really, Kibwe. Most people here are really friendly. It's only in recent weeks that there's been any kind of trouble. There's a lot of tension anyway. It's a big city. It's very full. A lot of different sort of people. There's always going to be tensions with that. But specifically recently, it seems to have gotten people riled. Anyway, I'm rambling.
No, it's fine. Like, the more chickens you put in your coop, the more, the fox is going to go mental. You know what I mean?
That's my favourite passage from the book of Cain Cain.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Mine too.
I love the psalm about the mental foxes.
And the wine is most delicious. Thank you so much.
This wine is divine.
That's what they call it, the divine vine.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice.
Oh, bad matter. Folton, I too am proud of you as well.
Well, Shania, I know she doesn't need my help. She can fend for herself, but she's my friend, and he was a dick. I'm not going to do anything more about it. I just thought I'd show him that was wrong.
I am both proud of you for doing it in the first place, and I am proud of you for not putting your thumbs in his eyes afterwards.
Aye.
Well, we're all growing so much, aren't we? Shania goes to get in a big group hug with everyone.
I'm 13.
I just take the wine away from Bubba and then give the group hug.
No, I'm an adult. In Tengu years. Give me the wine back.
Stop saying you're 13 then. Say it in Tengu years.
Well, I am 13.
And what's that in Tengu years?
Give me the wine back, please.
Give me half of your answer first, and I'll give you half the wine.
It doesn't work like that. I'm an adult, yeah? I'm an adult.
How many years old are you in Tengu years?
Look, in Tengu years, you can drink when you're 9. It's fine.
That's weird.
Why is it? It's weird because you're not a Tengu, so you don't understand.
Is your body fully developed at that point?
Caragor, can I have my wine back, please?
Bubba, how old are you, please?
I'm 13.
That's not better.
It's like being 35 when you're a human, or it's like being 216 when you're a drow. It's like that.
This is a fine answer and I accept it. Here's your wine. You can have another.
Next year I'll be 14.
Flashback to young 9-year-old Bubba, and his father's just like, "Would you like to try some wine, Bubba?" It's like, "Oh, please, Dad." His father's just like,
Well, had you read my backstory, Dan?
I know.
Anyway, we'll get into that later.
In which case,
for the imagery, it was much better a gag, yeah. Did you see what I did there with a gag?
Parents might not have known. They're just like, he looks
yeah.
Just give him a drink. Give him a drink.
Yeah.
those two elves were like,
Is this how they do it?
Really committed parents.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's his culture.
Yeah.
We must respect his culture.
It's the most respectful noise, isn't it? Respect.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
So we're still in the tavern. We're in a
We're still in
tavern.
the
It's a tavern episode. Should we all get to bed?
Retirement home.
What do you So what are you looking for here in Kibwe?
We're looking for a man named Barash.
Can't remember.
Barash.
Borash. Yeah.
Borash. He abandoned us in the desert with no name.
He's a big, hairy, hyena-like man who has been since travelling through a leafy jungle. You could say he was a grassy knoll.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be a knoll from the plains? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of gnolls in Kibwe. A lot of them living in the mountains. They often come down here, so there's quite a big community of them.
Where do we find the community of gnolls? Whereabouts are they?
Oh, they're spread around everywhere. Everyone kind of lives peacefully side by side. Everyone lives sort of beside each other, except for the Akuje, the elves. They've got their own. They live in White Marks. They've got their own little community there. And that weird giant who thinks everyone's a baby because no one wants to live near them just keeps trying to adopt people.
Hey, that's my mum.
So are you trying to say that our quest for this fellow is null and void?
Fucking hell.
I might be able to help you. I mean, what do you know about?
James just did a finger slap to celebrate that part.
Yeah, man.
Because it got the reaction I wanted. I hope at home you're listening and you did the same.
Caragor's been rubbing his head with his elbow on the table and goes, hang on, there was something a lot more important that we can do.
There is something a lot more important.
no,
We're not
I
just
can't
here to
remember what it
find
was.
this null.
Drastically more important.
The null is kind of like a side quest, if you like. We're going to find him. We're going to settle the score, and like, you know, because he needs a little bit of a slap. But really, there's a bigger thing.
We need to find someone that knows about like magical items and things.
Yeah, that's all. Some nice
Did we have a
magic
code
stuff.
name for it? Was it like Orange Banana or something?
No, that was for something else way back. I wasn't even here, so that's weird.
We need to start writing these down, these code names.
Well, you need to start
like a library or somebody that knows.
So is they called shingle farts?
No, that's a name. That was a name of someone.
What about flip flop?
No, that's that character from those children's stories who comes and steals your dreams, isn't it?
Shingle farts.
Shingle farts, yes. And then you've got to sing him the golden verse.
Okay. Shingle farts, and the golden verse. Shingle farts. He sounds like this ding dong.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah,
I got all whimsical.
I could have put like £100 on you doing a raspberry at the end of that song. When you started it, yeah.
It says scene at the end of
That's his full stop.
Yeah,
that's it.
it's so good. I loved it, man.
So like somebody in a library or like somebody that knows a lot about stuff here in Kibwe.
Have you got any Pathfinders here?
Oh, that, yeah.
I don't think there's no Pathfinder lodge in Kibwe.
Okay.
They get around, but there's not really one. There's not really one around here at the moment. There was one, but it closed down. I don't think they've gotten around to replacing it.
You know what? We find
It's a
that
good
quite
story.
a lot. You know, the Pathfinders had one, and then it got
closed down for
and they
mysterious,
just sort of,
nefarious reasons.
so they in some sort of terrible financial distress, or they're just shifty.
No, I think they're just quite. I mean, they went through an enormous shake-up in the last few years. You know, I mean, from what I hear, half of them were killed up in the Gravelands. But that's not my business. That's thousands of miles away. I'm not going to bother with something like that.
Still sounds a bit sus.
It does sound a bit sus. You're right, Velda. So you're saying that there is an abandoned Pathfinder lodge somewhere in the region of Kibwe?
Well, there was one. I think it's something else now. I think it's been used.
Starbucks.
Another side quest.
Sounds like a dungeon to me, lads.
It's another side quest. Put that on the side quest
Put on
thing.
the side quest bar.
And probably the knoll we're looking for is there, and some sort of magic artificer as well. It'll work tied up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anyway, do you know anyone knows lots about magic items here in Kibwe?
I mean, there are a few. Let me have a think. There are a few sort of magic item sellers. There's a scroll vendor.
Please do not say that it's a branch of Dark Michael's, please.
Who's Dark Michael?
Oh, good.
Thank
Good,
God.
that's good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay,
I mean,
guys,
I don't know
it's
who Dark
okay.
Michael is either. So.
Describe him in a very pithy way.
He's dark and his name's Michael. There you go.
He's sad, and he wants company so bad that he's populated a lot of zombies around himself to make him feel less alone.
He smells as well.
He's not bad looking.
He was Velda's boyfriend for a while.
Well, no. We went on one
Well, you
date.
dated,
But it wasn't.
you did,
we
you
had
did.
one date. All
It was
right,
a
one
good date. You had a nice time.
He was all right, but he's so broken. But it's quite endearing in a way. But yeah, a lot of work. Not like his wife. Good God. My word.
Oh, I met his wife. Yeah, I met
Good
his
heavens,
wife.
she terrified me.
Was he still married when he went on a date with you?
I don't know. I don't think they knew. To
That
be honest.
scandalous bastard, Dark Michael. What?
Hey.
It's all over the shop, wasn't it?
He's
The pair of them were
infamous
dreadful.
bigamist, you know?
Yes.
Anyway,
We are not like scrolls, more like ancient, kind of like a library or something, like an arcanarium.
I'm sort of done with libraries, but yes, as long as it's a regular library, just a normal library.
I know there's a demon library in Quantium, isn't there?
Oh yeah, no,
That's okay.
No, we're all right with that.
yeah.
I can't quite remember.
Yes, I just no.
There's a chap I think you might be able to help you out. In the market, there's this fellow, like I say, he makes scrolls, but he used to be in the magic trade. So he knows a thing or two about, certainly about ruins and things around here. He knows the lay of the land very well. He's a wonderful chap called Kendi Laughslong is his name. Tell him Major Ruffle sent you. He'll happily see you. He's in Central Market. I mean, it'll be closing down by now, but he opens pretty. If you head out there at first light tomorrow, you might be able to catch him.
Thank
Maybe
you.
A few answers for you.
Do you think he'd know where the Pathfinder Lodge used to be?
I mean, I would imagine anyone who knows the city would have a pretty good idea of where you could find it.
Splendid. Well, we'll find out exactly where that Pathfinder Lodge is. I think that should be top priority. We'll go
yeah, that'd be great.
And then
Velda.
killing Borash.
Nothing else will divert us. We'll go right there and have a lovely dungeon crawl just off the hoof. Yeah, that's what I fancy.
Also, there's rumours of a terrible disease going around. Rumours. Could you tell us about that? Question mark.
Do you want rumours or do you want droomers, Folton?
Huh?
Do you want rumours or droomers?
Whichever.
I think droomers you'll find in the next dungeon we go to, actually.
Oh, yes. Do you want to get a nasty case of the Droomers?
Hey.
oh no, I've had a bit of
some
dreamers
ointment.
before. Oh,
Get
dear.
some ointment for that straight away.
Droomers a nation near Lake Incarthen, is it? I hear it's got a really good off-license that sells runes for scythes. God, that was a weird episode that didn't seem to connect to anything else, wasn't it? Anyway, what happens when you try to have a shopping episode without a quirky shopkeeper already written for it? I'm getting off the topic. Anyway. Sorry, what was the question? Oh, the sickness. Yes, there's... apparently, there's a... people have been getting sick, and... nobody seems to know why. Not a lot of people have come to the temple, but I'm usually quite drunk, so often people don't trust me to perform complex medical procedures, that sort of thing. But yes, there does seem to be a bit of a bug going around, but that's the jungle for you.
May I ask, are you in need of help? Is there a lack of medical things happening in this town? Do you need help?
I shouldn't think it's anything particularly to be worried about. It seems to be fairly contained at the moment. A couple of people have gotten sick with it, and the council seem to be looking into it. I can do some asking around if you like. Ask some of the parishioners
if there's any, if there's anybody that is in need of help from medical. Wouldn't want to call myself a professional, but I'm a healer, so do let me know.
What's the difference between a professional healer and an amateur healer then?
I don't really know. I guess I adventure first and I heal second. Also, I'm changing that, So maybe I will be healing more than adventuring. But anyway, look, I'm just saying. If anyone needs my help, I can fucking help. Okay.
Sounds like the tagline of a great 1950s sort of Doctor spin-off. It's like, adventure first, Doctor second.
Got a cold? Here's some morphine.
Now let's adventure.
Well, I'm glad. Well, I tell you what, I better head back to the shrine in time for evening prayers. And he makes a kind of little drinky motion to you. But we're down on the Walk of Shrines. Feel free to come by any time, and I'll try and do a little bit of looking in for you for what's going on here. But yes, go and see Kendi in the morning. Maybe he'll be able to help you out with your magic problem. And welcome to Kibwe, I suppose.
Thank you so much, Major Ruffles.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been lovely meeting you. Thanks for the good stuff.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Also, just one thing. We'll go see Kendi Laughs Long. Do you have like a weaponsmith or a smith or a forge in Kibwe? Is there someone that procures or sells that kind of stuff?
Yes. In Central Market again, you'll be able to find there's plenty of. They mostly get made in the miners' camp, but if you want to buy them, you'll be able to buy them in the market. Runesmiths, all that sort of thing.
Lovely.
Anything you want down there, really.
Cheers, mate.
Not a problem. Right. Well. While it's on my mind, I remember, of course, the sickness that's affecting everybody. I don't know if it's relevant, but I was speaking to one of the parishioners, and around here they call it the Slithering. Don't know if that's going to be relevant. And that's where we leave it for tonight.
Nice ending.
Imagine having like a thing that's like a bit of a cold, and it isn't that. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it's a bit of a cold, whatever. And then, what do you want to call it? I'm going to call it the Slithering. Oh, well, I don't want that anymore.
This week's episode is made possible by our patrons, especially Dangerling of the Week, Steve Geddes. Oh, Steve. So, to get your name on the show, just go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. It's easy, mate. Do it.